so freaking good. One of the best gourmand perfumes, like true gourmand perfumes I've ever smelled, honestly. Hi guys, it's Ksenia. Welcome back to my channel. So today I have a luxury fragrance haul for you from SenseAngel.com. SenseAngels has been a longtime sponsor of this channel, so thank you to them once again for sponsoring today's video. SenseAngels.com is an online luxury fragrance retailer. You can find some of the more popular niche fragrances on their site, such as Baccarat Rouge, Xerjoff fragrances, BDK. All these brands are a little bit more popular in the niche world, but they also have some very niche perfumes that even I have never heard of. And I researched perfumes all day and I smell perfumes all day, so I love that you can always find something new, because a lot of the times, especially with designers, a lot of the new releases all kind of smell the same and it just gets really boring and repetitive. But with niche fragrances, you will definitely have that unique factor. Now, one of the downsides when it comes to niche fragrances is that because they are niche and more rare, not super mainstream, a lot of them you do have to resort to purchasing them online, which gets really difficult because of the high price point of niche perfumes, and so you don't want to just blind buy a $400 perfume. But with SenseAngel, they do make that a little bit easier on you because they provide 5 ml sample sizes as well as 10 ml travel sizes with every single one of the perfumes on their site. So if you're curious about anything, you could just go and purchase a little 5 ml sample, which is actually a very decent amount of fragrance, and it definitely lets you get the full feel of the fragrance before you commit to a full-size bottle. Here's a size comparison between the 10 ml and the 5 ml, and both of these, even the little 5 ml has a spray nozzle, which is huge bonus points because I hate a roller ball. If you want to try out any scents on the website, you can check out the link in my description, and if you want to pick anything up, make sure you use my code Ksenia10 and that will get you 10% off at checkout. With all that info out the way, let me show you the fragrances that I picked up this month. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and turn post notifications on, and let's get started. So as always, I'm going to start with the full size and then work my way down to the travel size and the 5 ml. I want to start off with this. Now, the packaging you'll see for all of these is absolutely stunning, as with all niche perfumes, which you kind of expect if you pay this kind of money. But this one, okay, this makes me really excited because if you guys remember, in a previous SenseAngel haul that I did, I picked up another Moresque fragrance, and I never knew about this house, and I was so happy to be introduced to this house from working with SenseAngel because I didn't know they existed, and this is such a beautiful brand. So Moresque makes these stunning fragrances that you kind of shake them up, and they are literally like magical potions, like jewels. There's glitter in them, pearlescent. Literally, you just want to stare at this all day. It looks like a literal queen princess fragrance. It's the most stunning thing in the world. I recently decluttered my other Moresque scent that was Ron Rose. I love that scent for so long, but because I was decluttering a lot of my collection, I wanted to kind of get rid of some doubles that I had, and Ron Rose was just a little repetitive in my collection. But this, after doing a little bit of research, I thought I would absolutely love this because of the notes that it has. And this one I like a million times more than Ron Rose. This is all about berries, and if you know me at all, if you watch this channel, you know how I feel about my berry scents. So this one's called Muskberry, and obviously, judging by the name, this is all about berries. And here you have strawberry, blackberry, raspberry, blackcurrant, passion fruit, orange, middle notes of rose, iris, moss, jasmine, base notes of musk, amber, caramel, and vanilla. Just looking at those notes, I knew this was going to be a successful blind buy, and it very much was. The berries in here are very much berries. You can smell them, but definitely done in a high-end niche way. You know when you smell this, you're smelling an expensive perfume. It's not gonna be berry hair detangler kind of berry. No, this is we're standing on business kind of berry.
It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?
Definitely reminiscent of Burberry Her with that bright berry opening, and then it kind of has that Baccarat Rouge kind of vibe similar to Burberry Her, but this is Burberry Her 10,000 times stronger, more intense, just more expensive and luxurious altogether. I definitely also smell the iris in here, which I love so much. It gives this that makeup powdery, just very sweet kind of scent. The moss I'm not really getting, and the jasmine I don't really get. I'm not getting much of a green vibe in here at all, and I can't really say that I'm getting caramel. Maybe it has something to do with the sweetness of this scent because it is very sweet, but I wouldn't say this is a caramel perfume. Definitely more of a bright strawberry more than anything, but just very in general scent that is a little bit musky, very smooth, very sweet, and very girly and ethereal. And I mean, this bottle, I think I'm just gonna keep this bottle here on my vanity because I just want to stare at it, and I'm so happy that I have another Moresque scent in my collection. Pretty much all of their perfumes are beautiful and they have all kinds of different scents, so check out them on Scents Angel. They have more fresher ones, sweeter ones, florals, whatever you're into, and you're gonna love the bottles because they're all beautiful. They have different colors. Such a beautiful brand. Moving on, another gorgeous brand that I have tried their scents before, but not this one. And this is another one that I love the packaging, and then I was hoping I would love the notes as well, and I did. This is from M. Micallef. M. Micallef is another beautiful niche brand that I love. And check out this freaking perfume. This one's called Eden Falls. I love that name as well. This is super random and totally unrelated to this video, but because I just read Eden Falls, it reminds me of the book I'm reading right now, which I kind of wanted to shout out in this video. Let me get it. Okay, so this is very unrelated and just like a little tangent to this video, but I have to shout this book out and I feel like everybody needs to read this book. This is East of Eden by John Steinbeck. Oh my, everybody needs to read this book. I'm a little more than halfway done with the book, so no spoilers, but this book is so freaking good. No correlation to this video whatsoever, but if you haven't read this, highly recommend it. Anyways, back to Eden Falls. I just kind of thought of that book as I was reading the name of this. This is an aromatic aquatic scent, which is definitely shown by the packaging. This has top notes of pink pepper, bergamot, tangerine, middle notes of jasmine, neroli, and coriander, and base notes of milk mousse, musk, vanilla, and patchouli. I do want to give a little bit of a disclaimer to this scent. If you're a woman that doesn't like perfumes that lean a little bit on the masculine side, I personally do not think that you would love this scent because this does lean that way. It is a unisex perfume, but it has a lot of masculine qualities. If you know anything about me, you know that's a huge bonus because I love masculine leaning perfumes. I think it just adds to the sexiness of perfumes, but just wanted to kind of give that disclaimer out there. Maybe if you're not into that, you may want to get a sample of this one first. This opens up a little bit more citrus, and then it gets a little bit more aromatic and aquatic. It kind of smells like shaving cream a little bit in the best way. This is a scent that I know my husband would also love, like for him as well, so I think we're probably both gonna be using this. This is another one that I want to just keep on display because these perfumes are like little works of art. I do like the addition of that milk mousse because it kind of tones down the citrus that is very present in the opening, which can be a little much. Just give it a little minute to settle on the skin, and then it's just beautiful, smooth, not, I wouldn't say creamy or lactonic. It just kind of mellows it down, basically, is what I would say. So yeah, that's another really beautiful fragrance. If you're into something that's a little bit more on the fresher side, aromatic, hint of citrus, and a little hint of sexy masculinity in there. Next, as I've stated many times on my channel, I love iris notes. I really wanted to pick up something from this brand. I like to just try new brands, new houses, because that's when I end up finding some of my favorite houses, like that Moresque house, which was definitely a new discovery for me, and now I absolutely love their scents. This brand is called Fleur de Florence. This is an Italian fragrance. This is a very classy bottle. This is a bottle of perfume I would see in a rich little old lady's bedroom. Like, it's just so beautiful. It has a bit of a vintage vibe, which I love. Very classy, minimal, not too much going on, but something where you know, you look at it and you're like, oh, that's a bougie perfume. This one's called Sweet Iris, and I wanted to pick this up because of my love of anything iris. This is definitely a unique scent. This is nothing that I've ever smelled before. It's heavy on the iris. I own and have smelled a lot of iris perfumes, being that I love this note, but this is definitely the most unique take and probably the boldest iris scent. This is iris and very little of anything else. And here there's iris, acai berry, lemon verbena, bitter orange, and Bulgarian rose. I kind of wanted to get this because it was compared to Dama Bianca by Xerjoff, which is a very popular niche fragrance as well. And this scent is so special. This is very powdery, extremely powdery, because iris just tends to give off that vibe. Oh, that just got in my eye somehow. Like I sprayed it in here and then I did this and it literally went in my eye. By the way, look at this freaking mist. This is so weird, but this perfume smells like Italy. And I'm not just saying that because it's an Italian perfume, but I've been to Italy and it smells like Italy to me. It's so powdery and soft and very feminine, very classy. There's no kind of like seductive sexiness in here. It's just a beautiful, classy, ethereal scent. I'm imagining just wearing a really flowy boho maxi dress, just running through a forest barefoot. Sophisticated, classy, rich and bougie. This is one of the most expensive scents I have in my collection. Definitely one that I have to wear a ton and kind of get acquainted with because it's such a new scent to my nose. And so I'm like, what am I even smelling? It's very, very unique, this scent. And another one that, like, look how beautiful those scents just look on display. Right, so now that we got all the full-size fragrances out the way, let me get into these two sample sizes. So let me start with the little one first. So this 5 milliliter is by the fragrance house Ojar. It's called Epine du Desert. This one has top notes of pimento, saffron, middle notes of rose and jasmine, and base notes of dry wood, suede, and sandalwood. I've never had pimento in a perfume before, so this is definitely very spicy. I'm not really one to love suedey kind of scents, which this one definitely has, but it smells really rich and bougie and expensive. It's very spicy. Like, I smell that pimento in here. It's like realistic, but done in a perfumey way. It definitely has a very earthy, animalic kind of dry down to it, which is actually really beautiful in here. I don't know if maybe that's the saffron or the rose kind of softening this up, but it's just not as edgy and as intense on the suede, even though I can very much smell it. I've smelled perfumes that are way, way, way more suede than this one. This is actually a very smooth scent when it comes to a heavy suede, leathery, kind of woodsy, earthy kind of scent. It's one of the best of this type for sure. I really love the smoothness of this, and I feel like if I were to smell somebody with this scent on, I'll be like, oh yeah, they got a hefty price point of a scent on. And this travel size one, this is Blend Oud Sana. This is what I mean by they just have so many unique fragrance houses that you've probably never heard of. I've never heard of this one. I wanted to get this because this had a lot of comparisons to Lira by Casa Murati, which is a very, very popular perfume that's supposed to smell like a lemon pound cake, very gourmand. And if you know me, you know I don't love my citrus gourmands very much. I know Devotion used to get compared to Lira and I ended up hating Devotion, but then I actually got a sample of the actual Lira and I actually really like Lira in comparison to Devotion. Devotion smelled really gross to me, but Lira was a lot creamier and just more well done, whereas Devotion smelled like chemicals, like citrus cleaning chemicals mixed with a cupcake, and that was just not it. Definitely preferred Lira, so I wanted to try something similar to it, and I was a little afraid to go with the full size, so I went with the 10 milliliter. And this is really, really nice. This does not give me a gross lemony gourmand kind of scent, and it very much reminds me of Lira, but an even more gourmand version. If you really love your lemon pound cake type scents, you want something really gourmand in the niche world, this is a really nice one to check out. And that lemony kind of aspect honestly even completely dies down in the dry down of this. It just gets really buttery and like cake frosting. This has top notes of blood orange, lavender, bergamot, middle notes of cinnamon, licorice, jasmine, and base notes of caramel, vanilla, and musk. Much more creamier than Lira. I really, really enjoy this. I think more than anything, I enjoy the fact that that citrus just doesn't really linger on that much. You get it slightly in the opening, but almost immediately you just get hit with a really creamy, buttery, smooth cake frosting kind of scent, which I've never smelled in such a realistic way coming from more of a high-end perfume, because usually high-end perfumes that are gourmands have some sort of perfuminess in them, but this one is like straight up giving cake. This is really delicious. If you want absolute gourmand, definitely check out this scent. I was not expecting this kind of scent from this perfume, especially because the bottle, I feel like it's giving something really sexy and like it's just gonna give you strong perfuminess, and then it's just like fluffy cake. So freaking good. One of the best Gourmand perfumes, like true Gourmand perfumes I've ever smelled, honestly. If you love Gourmands, check this one out. Definitely get a sample and try it out. Those are all the perfumes that I tried this month from SenseAngel.com. Thank you again to them for sponsoring today's video. And if you want to check out any of these perfumes, if you want to get a sample for yourself, definitely make sure to use my code XENIA10 for 10% off at checkout. That is it for me today. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and turn post notifications on, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.